Hey guys, today's gonna be a hairstylist vlog.
That glare is driving me crazy. Sorry about it. So today I kind of have a scattered schedule. I have 3 colors and a haircut, and I figured I would just do kind of like a vlog style today. I know I don't do those too often, and I honestly don't know if you guys like them or not, but I figured that since I think one of the colors I'll probably break down into its own color. But I had a haircut that I just did earlier, and then I have like a little more than an hour break. So I decided to go get Starbucks and just go back home for a little bit, and then I'll be on my way back to work in probably like 45 minutes. By the way, I want to say that Washington sucks half the time, but look at how pretty it is today. Like, the snow was on the mountains. It was cold enough to snow just a little bit. And like the sky is perfectly blue. Like, this honestly is a rare occasion. So I'm pretty excited that today is a beautiful day. Look how pretty it is here. Look at pretty Mount Baker. Everybody hates Washington because it rains like all the time. But I have to say, like, when the weather's nice and clear and blue skies like this, like, it can't be beat. And I've lived in a few places, okay? I've lived in like California, Texas, screw Texas, sorry if you live there. But anyways, almost home. Okay, I want to share a little trick with you ladies. If you have a boyfriend that doesn't like sharing with you, this is what you have to do, okay? I go to Starbucks and I order him a drink. Here's our little drinks there. Okay. I'm the girlfriend that always wants like one little sip. Can I just have a little sip? And he's like, if you want to try this one, then like you should order it yourself, right? And I'm the person that's like, but how do I know if I'm gonna like it? So what you do is you take your straw and you have like a little bit, like a little sip of it. And then you take your straw and put it in your own drink, and then you take this straw and put it in, and he never knows that that original hole is because that straw was in there. And that's genius. Okay, so I just left my house, and I get a text message from my next client, and she says she's going to be about 15 minutes late. Which, if she is 15 minutes late, I don't know if we're going to be able to do her full service. So she's coming in for a foil, but last time she had her appointment, she had a partial foil down, and she needed to reschedule, so we rescheduled her. But I'm booked out quite a few weeks, so I only rescheduled her in this like super tight spot that I could fit her in. And then she said she wanted to do a full foil, so I was like, yeah, we can knock it out, whatever. So now her original spot that she was in was already kind of tight for like a full foil, but now she's gonna be like 15 minutes late. So we'll see if we can do a full foil. So that's my next client. Also, I'm kind of like, really, I just left, and you mean I could have stayed home and been lazier a little bit longer? So kind of bummed about that. But yeah, we'll get her started in a little bit, depending on when she shows up.
Officially past 15 extra minutes. So here's my client. She finally did show up at almost 30 minutes late, and she did have a good reason. I'm not going to get into it, but that's why I didn't do an intro on her hair and explain what we're going to be doing, because she got upset and I'm a sympathy crier, so then I was kind of crying too. So right now we're just going to go through. We're going to do a full foil as much as we can. I explained to her that with how much time has gone by that I don't know if we'll be able to do a full foil. But today also is the day after, daylight savings, and so it totally screwed up my schedule. I didn't realize that the clock on the wall didn't get changed, so I kept looking at it like, oh yeah, we're totally fine for time. I have a whole extra hour. And turns out I did not have a whole extra hour, and it set me back for the rest of the day. So this is why I never showed like a after video of her hair. Okay, so we're just gonna go through and repeat everything that we just did on the opposite side. And I'm not going below the ears at this point, just because in case we do run out of time, I don't want to have like the whole one half of her head foiled and then can only go down a certain amount of foil on the other side. So I'm stopping at her ears, and then even if that is all we're able to do, it's more than what we normally do on her hair, so she'll still feel like she has more coverage than what she normally has. So I kind of want to explain the difference in the way I'm foiling today. I used to always foil this way actually, where I would start at the top of the head and work my way down, but this is so time consuming. Normally, if I foil this way and try to do a full foil, I mean, it could easily take me about 3 hours to apply the foil. It's just so time consuming, but honestly, the foils are so much neater, it's so much easier, and it just looks better. So, when I would foil this way before, I prefer it because it just keeps the hair out of the way. You can work your way down without having to worry about moving the foils around a lot and disrupting them, and then potentially having them slide and bleed and all of that stuff. So this is kind of why I'm foiling this way. I like it a lot better. I knew that with her hair, I could just whip it in really fast, and her hair isn't so thick that I feel like it would take so long. So that's why I'm foiling this way instead of starting at the bottom. That way her top will process, and depending on how much time we have is, where I'm going to stop at. And then at least I know that the top is going to be processing and it will be even all the way around, instead of like running out of time when I've started at the bottom and worked my way up and then being like, oh crap, like I don't really have that much time left to foil, but I don't really have anything at the top yet. So that's why I prefer to foil this way sometimes. By the way, that last clip when I was just working my way down the back of the head is when I looked at the clock and thought that I had an hour left. In fact, I only had 20 minutes at that point from when my next client was going to show up. So this goes to show you like how far behind I was. I was still in the middle of foiling when I had about 10 to 15 minutes left before my client came. And so I was like in a major rush to try to get my client done, because I didn't realize, not even at this point had I realized yet until I was toning her at the shampoo bowl, that my client was there. So I was kind of freaking out. So here's her whole head. We were able to whip out that full foil, but only because I didn't realize that I was running out of time. So this is another reason why I like foiling this way also, is because you can see that I'm going through and checking my foils, but I'm not having to lift or move around any of my other foils. I can just pull the hair up, look at it, see how it's processing, and I'm not disrupting any of the other packets. I'm not going to have any bleeders or anything. So that's another reason why I like foiling this way. So this is right before my coworker told me that my next client is here, and so let me tell you, I was running around like a crackhead with his head cut off. So I didn't get any more footage of this client after that process. Okay, so here's my next client. You can see that she has a lot of breakage, and thankfully she was actually willing to chop her hair and it looks super cute on her. So now we're gonna go into foiling her hair. So originally when she messaged me, she was thinking that she wanted to chop her hair. So we did have that intention, but she was also thinking that she wanted to go super blonde. And I just thought that if we're gonna cut her hair and we want it to be healthy, that maybe we shouldn't lighten all over her hair this time. And maybe we could just focus like retouching around her face, but keeping it also underneath her hairline where she parts her hair. That way she can work on growing her hair out and trying to get it healthy again, use some good products on it and let it grow a little bit. And maybe when summer comes, then her hair will have grown a little bit. Maybe we can trim her hair a little bit more again, try to work on getting rid of that damage. And then, so this time we're just going to do her hairline foil and then have it just connect like right at her money piece. That way it's bright around her face, but she shouldn't have any grow out at this point because for the majority of all of her highlights is going to be underneath her hair. You can see here that we're just right underneath her part. So she's going to connect right at the center there and then kind of fade down underneath. I told her that if she does want to feel a little bit brighter, because she is normally used to parting her hair on the side, but she's kind of doing more of a center part, is that if she wants to be a little bit brighter, she can flip her hair on either side and she'll have a little bit more brightness kind of going through the top of her hair. That way she can have a little bit of variation in having more of a natural color, or if she feels like she wants to have some brighter blonde pieces popping out a little bit. So this is all that we ended up doing for her foiling, just right around her face. Here's the after, and actually this is what I posted on my Instagram stories. You guys can follow me there if you want. I just toned her with Fanola No Yellow shampoo, Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.